79 to 89, from a professional point of view, were the dark years because I had lost my career. From a personal point of view,
America's sibling sweetheart duo, Donnie and Marie, have long been celebrated for vibrant on-screen personas and melodious harmonies. For years, with their magnetic charm and wholesome image, they were able to dazzle fans. Yet, as the saying goes, those who shine the brightest have the biggest shadows. Behind their beaming smiles and wonderful performances hid trials and battles that were hidden from the public for years. Join us as we uncover the secret Donnie and Marie Osmond hid for years. The Osmonds' meteoric rise. In the annals of music history, few names shine as brightly as the Osmonds. Donny Osmond was born into the limelight, and his initiation into stardom began at the age of 5. This early start was what set the tone for what would be an upward trajectory, not just for himself, but for his entire family. The Osmonds had a very adept understanding of melodies, and with their unique blend of melodies, they were able to captivate the hearts of millions. They were able to dazzle audiences with not only compelling tunes, but with their image. And soon enough, they emerged as a household name in no time. During their early years, the Osmond family gravitated toward gospel style and barbershop genres, as these genres, with their delicate harmonies and soulful melodies, were the perfect match for the family's vocal strength. But one thing is constant in life, and that is change, or rather, evolution. The music landscape of the 1960s evolved, and so did the Osmonds. By the 1970s, a decade that was known for its eclectic mix of musical influence and styles, the Osmonds took a daring leap to shift from their gospel and barbershop genre to something more commercial and contemporary sounds. A transition is never easy, as it is a risk that might not yield dividends, but it paid off for the Osmonds. The sound resonated well with the younger generation, and soon enough, the family had taken over everywhere. The family basked in the glory of their success, but it was Donnie who stood out most. His voice added something unique to the ensemble, and soon he became the lead vocalist, and his voice came to represent the Osmond brand. His undeniable charisma and energy played very important roles in elevating the group to international stardom. The media, the audience, and everyone else was enamored by him. And soon enough, the name Donny Osmond was on the lips of everyone. His face appeared on countless magazine covers. His success was reaching heights that they could only dream of, and he was not the only one who was experiencing this upward trend in his career. His sister, Marie, inspired by his success, ventured into show business with an independent spirit. No journey is not beset with its challenges, and Marie also faced her own set of challenges. But eventually, she was able to carve out a niche for herself with hits like Paper Roses. Marie's success proved one thing, the fact that the Osmond family was blessed with talent, and that their success was not down to luck, but rather it was a testament to their hard work, dedication, and undeniable talent. As the decade progressed, there began to emerge a notable shift in the music industry. New faces started to emerge, and with new faces came new sounds. The Osmonds, the one-time champions of the pop world, were now contending with new competitors like the Bay City Rollers. Their once unshakable position was now beginning to waver, but they proved once again that they could evolve and stay relevant, despite a new wave of competition. As the 70s came to an end, the Osmonds had established themselves as not just another musical act, but as legends in their own right. Their journey was marked by many incredible highs and strategic pivots, and most importantly, their unwavering dedication to their craft, which kept them at the pinnacle for so long. Everything comes with a price that is given in life. So, What price did Donnie and Marie pay in exchange for fame? And what toll did it exact on them? The cost of childhood fame. For many, the years of childhood are marked by innocence, carefree days, and exploration, seeking to answer the innate curiosity of their minds. However, for a select few like Donnie Osmond, it became an era marked by the blinding lights of fame. A stage and a microphone became a part of his world. As the world marveled at his charisma, few paused to consider the weight of the crown worn by a child star, someone introduced into the entertainment industry at the age of 5. Donnie was thrust into a world that is often less forgiving than it appears to be. The environment that so much celebrates talent can also be ruthlessly demanding. Whilst the limelight projected his illuminating talent, it also cast long shadows over him. From long hours of rehearsal to performances, interviews, and photo shoots, his day was not filled with the itinerary of a normal child, but by the incessant drumbeat of the entertainment industry. Being cast into the public eye at such a tender age comes with its own unique set of challenges. And for Donnie, it meant grappling with the dual reality of being a child and a star at the same time. While his peers engaged themselves on the school's playground, he was navigating the complexities that come with fame. Whilst this endeared him to the audience, it also posed a significant challenge: the sky-high expectations and the minuscule margin for error. Every performance was scrutinized, every note was analyzed, and every gesture was commented on. Yet he continued to captivate and dazzle his audience with his innate talent. But underneath the surface, the relentless pressure was palpable. The pros and cons of fame, which many encounter in their adulthood, was experienced by Donnie in his formative years. Whilst the accolades and admiration were intoxicating, the weight of expectations and the fear of letting his fans, family, and himself down was something that he carried everywhere. As the lead vocalist and the brightest star of the Osmond family, much of the family's success hinged on his young shoulders. This sense of responsibility, often overwhelming for adults sometimes, was borne by Donnie. He was not performing for the applause. He was ensuring that the Osmond brand thrived, that concert tickets were sold out, that albums be purchased, and that their television ratings soared. Many perceived his youthful exuberance to be effortless, but what was unknown to many was that it was a result of hard work, dedication, and a sense of duty that was well beyond his years. Yet throughout all of these challenges, he exhibited resilience, something that came to stand as a hallmark in his career. He learned at an early age the double-edged nature of fame, and this meant that he had a sense of maturity that his peers lacked. His ability to balance professional and personal life, and also to remain grounded despite the whirlwind of stardom and fame, is a testament to his strength of character. In the annals of entertainment, many child entertainers have come and gone, their flames burning just as brightly and burning out just as quickly. However, Donnie's journey from a child star to a lasting icon serves as an important narrative. It is not just a story of talent and fame, but also one of determination, focus, and overall, the unbreakable spirit of the young boy who faced many challenges of childhood fame head-on and emerged triumphant. Not many child stars could say they overcame, but Donnie can. His longevity in an industry known for its volatility speaks volumes. As he transitioned from childhood into adolescence and adulthood, Donnie Osmond didn't fade into obscurity like so many others. Instead, he evolved, adapting to the changing tides of popular culture, reinventing himself while staying true to his roots. He ventured into musical theater, hosted talk shows, competed on reality TV, and even lent his voice to animated films, all while continuing to tour and record music. Each chapter of his career showcased a different facet of his talent and proved his relevance across generations. What sets Donny apart is not just his talent, but his willingness to embrace growth and face his vulnerabilities. He openly discussed his struggles with anxiety and self-doubt, providing inspiration to others navigating similar paths. This transparency added another layer to his appeal: humanity. Despite being a lifelong star, he never lost the core of who he was: a hard-working performer, a devoted family man, and an individual who weathered the storms of fame with grace. In every sense, Donny Osmond's legacy is not simply one of fame, but of resilience, transformation, and an enduring commitment to his craft that continues to resonate with fans old and new. The individual journey of Marie. The Osmond family became revered globally, and it would be incomplete to tell their story without the only female Osmond, Marie. Her journey as the only female Osmond in a bustling industry during the wild 70s. Her path, though paved with stardom, was also littered with challenges that were uniquely hers as a woman in a man's world. Her entry into the world of entertainment was undeniably influenced by her brothers, yet, despite the immense shadow that their success cast over hers, she managed to carve out a niche for herself. Her foray into the business side was marked by hits of her own, with the memorable tune "Paper Roses" echoing the sentiments of many. It was not just her incredible voice that garnered attention on her, it was also the emotional depth with which she rendered her songs, making them resonate deeply with her audience. However, for every mountain, there are valleys. While her career was studded with professional highs, it was interspersed with personal lows. The spotlight that shone so brightly on her, illuminating her success, also starkly highlighted her struggles. The burdens of expectations and the public's insatiable curiosity made every challenge she faced hard. Every mistake made, every misstep taken, was not just a personal ordeal, but rather it was food for public consumption, a scrutiny that many would find suffocating. One of the most heartbreaking episodes from Marie's journey came to light in 2015 when she recounted a particular event that scarred her. She detailed an encounter with producers where they disregarded her evident frailty at weighing merely 103 pounds. She was subjected to cruel comments labeling her disgusting and accusing her of being a disgrace to her family. It is episodes like this that serve as reminders to people how brutal the world of showbiz can be. Often perceived as glitzy and glamorous, it has its dark underbellies. These experiences not only had a profound impact on her self-worth, but also led her down a path of severe dietary restrictions, affecting her physical health gravely. Yet amidst all of these, her family remained a bedrock for her. Despite her achieving solo success, she never for once distanced herself from her family. Time and again, she returned to perform alongside her brothers, reigniting that familial magic that had initially catapulted the Osmonds to fame. Branching into other ventures. In 1974, Donny and his sister Marie co-hosted The Mike Douglas Show for a week. Fred Silverman offered them a show of their own, The Donnie and Marie Show, a television variety series that aired on ABC from 1976 to 1979. In honor of their impact on American pop culture, Donny and Marie received the Pop Culture Award at the 2015 TV Land Awards. In the past, Osmond has expressed regret that the show was canceled and that he and Marie were unable to decide when to end the show. Donny and Marie also co-hosted the eponymous and syndicated talk show Donnie and Marie from 1998 to 2000. They would occasionally perform with musical guests, Though they received back-to-back nominations for the Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Talk Show Host in 2000 and 2001, the show was canceled. For 2 seasons in the U.S., he hosted Pyramid, 2002-2004, a syndicated version of the Dick Clark-hosted television game show. He reprised hosting for a British version of Pyramid on Challenge in 2007. For his performance on Pyramid, he was nominated for a Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Game Show Host in 2003. The award went to Alex Trebek. Donny is one of 2 game show hosts to host 2 different versions of the same game show in different countries, the other being Howie Mandel for Deal or No Deal. He returned to ABC as host of the Great American Dream Vote, a primetime reality game show that debuted in March 2007. After earning lackluster ratings in its first 2 episodes, the program was canceled. He hosted the daytime British version of the game show Identity on BBC Two in 2007. On April 11, 2008, he hosted the 2008 Miss USA pageant in Las Vegas with his sister, Marie. He appeared on Entertainment Tonight as a commentator covering the ABC show Dancing with the Stars during his sister Marie's run as a contestant on the 5th season of the American version of the show in 2007. In the animated television series Johnny Bravo, Donny voiced himself as a recurring character. He has also done guest spots on numerous other television shows such as Friends, Diagnosis, Murder, and Hannah Montana. He also appeared in a Pepsi Twist commercial during the Super Bowl with his sister, Marie, and Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne. In 1982, he co-starred with Priscilla Barnes and Joan Collins in the television movie The Wild Women of Chastity Gulch for Aaron Spelling. In 1978, he appeared in Goin' Coconuts with his sister Marie. His future wife Debbie, credited as Debbie Glenn, made a cameo appearance at the end of the film. In 1998, Donny was chosen as the singing voice of Shang in Disney's Mulan. He sang I'll Make a Man Out of You. Also in 1999, he starred as Joseph in the movie version of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat by Andrew Lloyd Webber's request, who said to him that there was no better selection. In 2002, he sang No One Has to Be Alone for the end credits of The Land Before Time. 9. Journey to Big Water. In the Bob the Builder special Built to Be Wild, he played Jackaroo the pickup truck. Donny remarked in an interview that his movie appearance on College Road Trip and upcoming appearances on 2 Disney Channel shows would mean that he would be coming full circle since he and his family were discovered by Walt Disney. Osmond appears in the music video of Weird Al Yankovic's song White and Nerdy. The song is a parody of Chamillionaire's Redeen. Donny's role is analogous to that of Crazy Bones' role in the original video. Yankovic asked Donny to appear because if you have to have a white and nerdy icon in your video, who else do you go for? In February 2019, he was revealed to have portrayed Peacock on The Masked Singer, where he was the runner-up. Donny was a guest on Kevin Nealon's web series on YouTube, Hiking with Kevin, in March 2019. The webisode begins with the 2 hiking through the snow at the Sundance Resort in Utah and ends with them walking a crowded Las Vegas strip until he brings Nealon backstage at the Donnie and Marie showroom in the Flamingo Hotel, at which he is to perform that evening. In 2020, Donny was invited as a celebrity panelist for Fox's I Can See Your Voice, appearing on episode 5 in the 1st season of the show. Donny's comeback. In the 1980s, all of the Osmonds abandoned their earlier image, which had originally been crafted to appeal to young viewers, hoping to reach a more adult audience. While his brothers moved toward country music to modest success, Donny was able to revive his career in popular music. He made an unlikely appearance as one of several celebrities and unknowns auditioning to sing for guitarist Jeff Beck in the video for Beck's 1985 single Ambitious, which was produced by Paul Flattery and directed by Jim Yukich. This was followed in 1986 by an equally unlikely cameo in the animated Luis Cardenas music video Runaway. He spent several years as a performer before hiring the services of music and entertainment guru Stephen Macha, who got Donny together with English singer-songwriter Peter Gabriel to see whether Macha and Gabriel could turn Osmond's image into a contemporary young pop act. They succeeded, returning him to the U.S. charts in 1989 with the Billboard Hot 100 #2 song Soldier of Love, originally announced on radio stations as From a Mystery Singer and its top 20 follow-up, Sacred Emotion. Launching an extensive tour in support of the Eyes Don't Lie record, he enlisted guitarist Dick Smith of Earth, Wind and Fire and Kenny Loggins, along with keyboardist Mark Jackson and drummer Roger Guth, to build a tight and energetic live band that helped redefine his stage presence. The tour proved Donny was more than just a nostalgic act. He was a genuine performer who could hold his own among the top contemporary pop acts of the era. This reinvention earned him respect from a new generation of music fans and from critics who had once dismissed him as merely a teen idol from the past. Donny's resurgence in the late 80s and early 90s demonstrated not only his vocal versatility, but also his courage to break free from the constraints of his earlier image. Reinvention in the entertainment industry is never easy, particularly for someone so closely associated with a specific era and style. But Donny met the challenge head-on. He embraced the risks, updated his sound and look, and ultimately succeeded in transforming himself into a credible adult artist. This period marked a critical turning point in his career. Rather than riding the coattails of past fame, Donny Osmond proved he had staying power. His work ethic, combined with his willingness to take bold creative leaps, made his comeback all the more remarkable. He wasn't just a relic of a bygone era. He became a blueprint for how to age gracefully in show business. In a world where reinvention can make or break a career, Donny Osmond's transformation stands as a testament to resilience, adaptability, and the enduring power of talent. His journey serves as an inspiration not just to fans, but to fellow entertainers striving to redefine themselves amidst the shifting currents of the entertainment world. The other members of the Osmond Band. Of course, Donnie and Marie stand out from amongst the Osmond Band, but without the other members, they could not have gone on to achieve what they achieved. In response to their father's orders, Alan, Wayne, Merrill, and Jay returned to using the name the Osmond Brothers, and building on the boom in country pop crossover artists and drawing from the success of the covers of Rest Your Love on Me from the previous album, started focusing on recording country music full-time. They had two top 30 Billboard country hits in the early 1980s, I Think About Your Lovin', which debuted at number 17, and It's Like Fallin' in Love Over and Over, which debuted at number 28, in addition to a handful that reached the bottom of or narrowly missed the top 40. The Osmond Brothers' record sales were hampered by a reluctance to go on tour. The group instead opted to stay in Branson, Missouri, and promote their music through promotional music videos. The brothers paid off their debts by 1983. The brothers continued to perform with various lineups, and sometimes with their children in Branson. Merrill performs and records as a solo artist as well. His biggest hit, independent of his siblings, was a duet with Jessica Boucher, You're Here to Remember, I'm Here to Forget, a piece Merrill specifically chose to break from his family-friendly image. Like Donny, Merrill had to hide his Osmond identity and recorded the song under the name Merrill and Jessica, and which became a hit on the country charts in 1987. Alan has multiple sclerosis and does not perform as often today. Likewise, Wayne, who survived a brain tumor in 1997, retired from the group in 2012 after treatment for the brain tumor damaged his cochlea and rendered him deaf, and a stroke rendered him unable to play guitar. All of the brothers are married, some with large families. Alan's 8 sons started performing in the mid-1980s as the Osmond Boys, later known as the Osmonds, second generation. 2 of Alan's sons, Nathan and David, have emerged as solo artists, David as a pop musician and as the lead of the Osmond Chapman Orchestra, and Nathan as a country singer. In 2007 to 2008, all of the Osmonds went on a tour of Europe to celebrate the 50th anniversary of their career in show business. A special televised concert in Las Vegas, the only tour stop in the U.S. commemorating the anniversary, aired on U.S. PBS stations on March 10, 2008. Alan played piano with the orchestra for most of the show, and Verl and Tom provided signed lyrics for 2 songs. The Osmonds' longtime friend and mentor, Andy Williams, made a surprise appearance, reminiscing about how his father had told him to put the brothers on his variety show. Jay Osmond was the primary choreographer for the Osmonds' concerts and some television concerts. Jimmy worked as a businessman and manager. He eventually moved to Branson, Missouri, and opened the Osmond Family Theater, where he and his brothers performed until 2002. They appear in Branson during the Christmas season. In 2009, Donnie and Marie recorded a television special for the British channel ITV1. An Audience with Donnie and Marie, part of ITV's long-running An Audience With series, was based on their Las Vegas stage show. Both Donnie and Marie tour extensively around the world, with Alan's son David occasionally filling in for Donnie. Merrill, Jay, and Jimmy also sing together at the Suncoast Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, along with some limited touring, mostly in the United Kingdom. Since Andy Williams' death, Merrill, Jay, and Jimmy took over operations of his long-running Christmas show, which they perform in Branson, Missouri, in November. In 2012, the trio released their first studio album in 28 years, I Can't Get There Without You, which featured the recording debut of Jimmy as lead singer. Alan and Wayne rejoined the group for one time only, for what was billed as their last ever performance as the Osmond Brothers at Neil S. Blaisdell Center in Honolulu in October 2018. A concert that also included Marie and David among the performers. Since that time, Merrill and Jay toured as the Osmonds, sometimes appearing with Marie and David. In these shows, billed as Marie and the Osmonds, Jay and Merrill sing many of their old hits and substitute for the late Paul Davis and Dan Seals on Marie's country duets. Jimmy toured separately with various projects at the time before suffering a stroke in December 2018. He stated in April 2019 that he was in good health and had decided to take a long overdue break from performing. Alan and Wayne made a second last-ever performance in October 2019, appearing on The Talk for Marie's birthday. In 2022, Merrill announced his retirement from performing. His final American show was in April 2022 and featured a special appearance by Donny. In October 2024, Jay will begin a residency in Branson with Nathan Osmond, Donny Osmond, Away from the Spotlight. On 8th May 1978, he married Deborah, née Glens of Billings, Montana, in the Salt Lake Temple. Together they have 5 sons, Don, Jeremy, Brandon, Christopher, and Joshua. The Osmonds became grandparents in 2005 and have 14 grandchildren. Christopher, who is also a musician, appeared on Season 2 of the American reality series Claim to Fame, in which contestants have to determine their competitors' famous relatives. Christopher advanced to the final episode, having repeatedly survived numerous eliminations because the other contestants could not guess Donnie's identity. Like the rest of his family, Osmond is a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, LDS Church. In retrospect, he has written that it would have been nice to be able to have served a regular full-time mission. But when he was of that age, his career was such that everyone, including my parents and the leaders of the church, thought that he could do a lot of good in the world by continuing to be in the public eye, by living an exemplary life, and sharing his beliefs in every way that I could. He continues sharing his beliefs in an extensive letters and comments portion of his website. Osmond's two oldest brothers, Verl and Tom, are deaf, and his nephew Justin is hearing impaired. He has talked about the experience of growing up with his brothers and their use of sign language when performing together. This experience deeply influenced Donnie's sense of empathy and inclusivity, as well as his awareness of the importance of accessibility within the entertainment world. Growing up with Verl and Tom fostered a unique bond within the family, where music wasn't just something to be heard, but also seen and felt. The use of sign language in their performances wasn't simply a gesture. It was a testament to the Osmonds' commitment to family unity and shared expression, regardless of physical limitations. Donnie has often cited these early experiences as shaping his perspective on communication, compassion, and the power of music to transcend barriers. Over the years, he has also supported various charitable causes related to hearing loss and disability awareness, honoring the legacy of his brothers and contributing to broader efforts to bring attention to the challenges faced by the hearing-impaired community. Beyond his public persona, Donnie remains rooted in family and faith, prioritizing both as guiding forces throughout his life. Despite the glitz of fame, he has always emphasized the importance of maintaining personal integrity, spiritual grounding, and a sense of purpose. His story, both on and off the stage, is one of dedication, not just to his craft, but to the people and values that have shaped him. Tragedy strikes Marie. On October 28, 1986, Osmond married Brian Blosil at the Jordan River Temple in Utah. Osmond and Blosil had 7 children, 5 of whom were adopted. Their 2 biological children are Rachel and Matthew. Their 5 adopted children are Jessica, Michael, Brandon, Brianna, and Abigail. Osmond and Blosil announced their imminent divorce in March 2007. Both parties released a joint statement stating that neither one assigned fault for the divorce. In 1999, Osmond said that she suffered from severe postpartum depression. She co-authored a book called Behind the Smile with Marcia Wilkie and Dr. Judith Moore, which chronicles her experiences with the illness. In August 2006, several U.S. tabloids suggested that she had attempted self-harm. Those reports were denied by her publicity team, which claimed she had suffered an adverse reaction to a medication she was taking. On February 26, 2010, Osmond and Blosil's adopted son Michael took his own life. He reportedly battled depression and addiction and had been in rehabilitation at the age of 12. An autopsy found no harmful substance in his system. This was a rough period for Marie, but as always, with the help of her family and loved ones, she was able to get through it. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and check out another of our interesting videos.